The rain poured heavily over the city, turning the streets into shiny dark rivers. Neon lights flickered on the wet pavement, reflecting red, blue, and green colors in the puddles. The wind howled, carrying the smell of wet metal and smoke. Few humans walked outside, hurrying to reach their warm homes. Among the shadows, two small shapes moved slowly, shivering and soaked through. A young alien mother, her skin pale blue and glowing faintly under the streetlights, held her two children close. Their tiny bodies were weak and hungry. The mother's heart pounded as she looked at the ruined city around them. Her homeworld had collapsed after the war. Now they were strangers in a human world with nothing but hope. The little girl, no older than 7, hugged her brother tightly. "Mama, I'm so cold," she whispered, her teeth chattering. The boy, younger and smaller, clung to his mother's legs, shivering violently. The mother took a deep breath, her chest aching from worry. She had never been this afraid in her life. In the distance, a warm yellow light shone from a small human house. Smoke rose from the chimney, and the windows glowed like lanterns in the dark night. The mother's eyes widened. Could they dare approach it? Humans were strangers to them, and stories from other survivors had taught them to be careful. But her children needed warmth, needed safety. She tightened her grip on their hands and whispered, "We have no choice. We must try." They stepped forward carefully, avoiding puddles that splashed with every movement. Their bare feet made soft, wet prints on the cold street. As they reached the door, the mother's hand shook. She knocked lightly, almost timidly. "Please, if I warm your bed, will you let us stay?" Her voice was soft, trembling yet full of hope. Inside, Liam, a young human engineer, sat near a small heater repairing a broken gadget. He heard the knock and froze. He had never expected to see anyone at this hour. Slowly he walked to the door and opened it. His eyes widened when he saw the mother and her two children. They were small, fragile, and unlike anything he had seen before. Their skin shimmered faintly, their eyes large and curious. Liam felt a strange mix of fear and pity. What are you?" he asked quietly, trying not to scare them. The mother took a step forward, holding her children close. We are hungry. We have nowhere to sleep. Please, let us stay tonight," she said. Her voice trembled. Liam could see the fear and exhaustion in her eyes. The children looked up at him with wide, innocent eyes, silently pleading. Liam hesitated. He remembered stories about alien attacks and human fears. He thought about locking the door and pretending he had not seen them. But the mother's courage and her children's trembling faces made him pause. Outside, the rain continued, the wind howled, and the cold night seemed to creep inside. He could not leave them there. Finally, he stepped aside. "Come in, quickly," he said. Relief flashed across the mother's face. She hurried inside, carrying her children. They huddled near the heater, their small bodies shaking as warmth began to touch their skin. The mother whispered softly to them, "It's okay. We are safe now." Liam watched them quietly, still cautious. He noticed the ragged clothes, the dirt on their skin, and the tiny scars of hunger. "Are you alone?" he asked. The mother nodded, holding her children closer. "Yes, we lost our home. Our world is gone." Her voice was quiet but full of sorrow. The room was small but cozy. The heater's warmth spread through the air, mixing with the smell of wet clothes and damp hair. Liam offered them a blanket, and the mother wrapped her children tightly, rocking them gently. "Thank you. You are very kind," she whispered. As the night deepened, the storm outside continued. Rain drummed on the roof, and lightning occasionally lit up the small room. The mother whispered to her children about a safe place, about hope, about surviving one more night. But Liam could not sleep. He kept thinking, who were these aliens? Were they really harmless? Could he trust them? Suddenly, a small sound came from the corner of the room. The youngest child sniffled softly, afraid of the strange surroundings. The mother held her tightly, whispering, "It's okay. Nothing will hurt us." Liam felt a strange tug at his heart. He had never met anyone like them before, so fragile, so desperate, so human-like in their emotions. The night passed slowly, full of tension and quiet fears. Outside, the rain continued, but inside, small flickers of trust began to form. Liam watched the mother and children sleep, wondering what the next day would bring. One thing was certain. Their lives had changed forever, and as the storm raged on, the city seemed to hold its breath, waiting for what would happen when humans and aliens truly shared the same space, when the night revealed more than just cold and rain. The storm outside finally slowed. leaving the streets wet and shiny under the early morning sun. The sound of dripping water echoed through the small room, and the faint smell of wet earth drifted in through the cracked window. Inside, the alien mother stirred quietly, her children still asleep under the blanket Liam had given them. She looked around the small room, taking in the warmth, the quiet hum of the heater, and the strange human objects scattered across the floor. Lamps, gadgets, and tiny trinkets filled the space, unfamiliar but strangely comforting. For the first time in days, she felt a flicker of hope. Maybe, just maybe, they could survive here. The young girl woke first, rubbing her eyes. "Mom, and I'm hungry," she whispered softly. The mother nodded, holding her close. She whispered back, "Soon, my child. Let us find something to eat." Liam had gone out briefly to fetch some bread and water from a nearby shop. The mother watched the sunlight hit his back as he walked away, realizing how different humans were from the aliens she knew. They were taller, stronger, and seemingly full of life. Yet there was a kindness in his movements that gave her courage. As she helped her children wash their small faces in a bucket of warm water, she noticed a small device on the floor, a glowing cube humming softly. It was unlike anything she had ever seen. Curious, she reached out and touched it. The moment her fingers grazed the surface, the cube projected a soft holographic image into the air. Symbols and lights danced, moving like a tiny galaxy. The children gasped in wonder. "Mama, what is it?" the boy asked. The mother shrugged slightly, equally amazed. "I do not know," she said, "but it seems friendly." When Liam returned with bread and water, he noticed the cube floating in the air, casting soft colors on the walls. "Ah, and you found it," he said, a hint of a smile on his face. "It's an old alien artifact I found years ago. I never knew what it did." He knelt beside them, explaining in simple words that it might hold knowledge or memories of an ancient alien civilization. The mother's eyes widened. Memories, knowledge. Could it help them? She sat closer, holding her children tightly. Her mind raced. This object, small and strange, could be a key. Or it could be dangerous. She remembered stories of humans who had destroyed alien artifacts without understanding their value. Yet Liam seemed calm, almost reverent. Perhaps he was different. Perhaps he could be trusted. As they ate the bread quietly, the mother noticed Liam glancing toward the children with concern. "Are they comfortable?"
he asked softly.
She nodded. "They are safe. For now." But her mind was elsewhere. Safe for now? The words echoed in her head. Tomorrow could bring danger, or help, or both. After breakfast, Liam left the room to make a few repairs around his small house, leaving the mother alone with her children and the glowing cube. The mother studied it closely, trying to understand its purpose. Then, as if sensing her curiosity, the cube flickered and projected a small star map. It was unlike any map she had seen before, showing planets, glowing lines, and points of light. Her heart skipped a beat. Could this map lead them to safety? To their lost world? Or to new allies? The children, curious as ever, asked questions. "Mama, can it take us home?" the little girl asked, her voice trembling with hope. The mother hugged her tightly. "I do not know, my child," she said softly. "But maybe it can help us find a place where we belong." Later, Liam returned and noticed her studying the map. "It's ancient technology," he said. "No one really knows how it works, but I think it responds to emotions. You care for your children, right?" The mother nodded, her eyes misty. "Yes, more than anything." The cube pulsed softly, as if acknowledging her feelings. As night fell, the small room was filled with warmth from the heater and soft colors from the glowing cube. The mother tucked her children into bed and whispered, "Rest, my loves. Tomorrow we may begin a new journey." She looked at Liam, who was busy repairing a broken gadget near the window. Their eyes met briefly. Trust was slowly forming, but questions remained. The wind howled outside, rattling the window panes. The mother's ears twitched at the sound. Was it just the wind? Or something else? She could not shake the feeling that eyes were watching them from the dark streets. Her hand instinctively went to her children, holding them closer. Liam noticed the movement and paused. "It's okay. Nothing will hurt you tonight," he said, though uncertainty lingered in his own voice. Suddenly, the cube flickered again, projecting a new image, a small alien figure pointing toward a distant star. The mother gasped. It is showing us something," she whispered. Her heart pounded with excitement and fear. Could this be the path to safety? Or was it a warning? The children slept peacefully, unaware of the small mystery unfolding in the room. The mother kept watch, her eyes shifting between the glowing cube and Liam. Something was changing tonight, something that would alter their lives forever. And outside, hidden in the shadows, movement stirred. Eyes not human observed the small house. The mother did not know it yet. But this strange gift had drawn attention. Attention that could bring danger or opportunity. The next day. The morning light barely pierced the clouds as the city streets began to wake. Rainwater still dripped from rooftops, forming small streams that glistened under the dim sunlight. Inside the small human house, the alien mother stirred quietly. Her children were already awake, their eyes wide with curiosity and wonder, thinking about the glowing cube that still hovered in the corner of the room. The mother had spent the night thinking. That strange artifact, the cube, was not ordinary. It seemed alive, almost like it understood her emotions and intentions, and now it had projected a star map. Could this map guide them to safety? Or was it a warning of some kind? As she prepared a simple breakfast of bread and water, Liam entered the room, wiping his hands on a rag. "Good morning," he said, giving a small smile. "Did you sleep well?" The mother nodded, though her mind was far from calm. "Yes, we are safe for now," she replied. Liam's eyes lingered on the cube, which pulsed softly, as if responding to the conversation. Just as the children started eating, a sudden noise came from outside the door, a sharp knock, urgent and loud. Liam froze. Visitors at this hour were unusual. He glanced at the alien mother, who instinctively held her children closer. The mother's skin glimmered faintly in the tension-filled room. She whispered, "Who could it be?" Liam stepped toward the door cautiously, hand hovering near a small metal tool he kept for protection. "Stay back," he said quietly to the mother and children. The knocking continued, rhythmic, almost deliberate. Finally, he opened the door a crack and peeked outside. Standing there was a tall figure, partially hidden by the shadows and rain. Its face was concealed under a hood, and its long coat shimmered with a strange metallic glow. The figure raised a hand slowly. "I am here for the aliens," a calm, almost mechanical voice said. The mother's heart raced. Her children clung to her wide-eyed. We are just trying to survive," she said softly. The figure's voice had no emotion, yet it carried authority. "I do not mean harm if you comply, but you cannot remain here long." Liam stepped fully into the doorway, placing himself protectively in front of the aliens. "They are guests," he said firmly, "and they are safe here." The figure tilted its head, observing him closely. "You are human, yet you protect them." "Interesting, very interesting," the mother's mind raced. Who was this visitor? Friend or foe? She glanced at the cube, still hovering and glowing, and felt a strange sense of warning. It pulsed brighter, almost as if it were trying to communicate. The figure took a step closer, boots clicking on the wet ground. "I am a watcher," it said. "I monitor alien movements. Your kind is rare here, and your presence triggers attention." The mother's eyes widened. "Attention? What do you mean?" The figure's voice remained calm but firm. "Not all humans are like him," it said, pointing briefly to Liam. "Some would report you."
"Some would—"
"Worse." Liam felt a chill. "You mean danger?" he asked. The figure nodded. "Yes, but tonight is not yet that night. I am merely observing. For now." The mother held her children closer. "Please, and we only want warmth, food, safety." "We will leave when it is safe," she pleaded. The figure studied her intently, then slowly nodded. "Very well. But be warned, movement outside this home will be monitored. Trust is fragile. One misstep and your survival is at risk." After a tense silence, the figure turned and walked away, disappearing into the shadows of the wet streets. Liam closed the door slowly, his mind racing. "What just happened?" the alien mother asked softly. "A warning. And a threat," Liam said, shaking his head. "You are safe inside, but the world outside, it's watching." The children, sensing the tension, huddled closer to their mother. The mother whispered, "It is okay, my loves. We are still together. That is what matters." But deep down she felt unease gnawing at her heart. That star map, the glowing cube, had it drawn attention? Was this the visitor the artifact had warned them about? Throughout the day, Liam kept watch at the windows, eyes scanning the streets for any sign of the watcher's return. The alien mother quietly examined the cube, her fingers tracing the light patterns as if seeking hidden messages. The children played softly in the corner, unaware of the tension in the room, but the mother's mind remained alert. Every sound from outside, the drip of water, a distant footstep, even the rustle of leaves made her heart skip. As night fell, the city grew quiet. The storm long gone, but leaving the streets slick and reflective. Liam had prepared a small dinner for everyone. They sat together, the alien mother and her children on one side, Liam on the other, the cube pulsing softly in the corner like a silent observer. Then a strange glow filled the room. The cube projected a new image, this time not a star map but a small figure, a symbol of protection and warning. The mother gasped. It is showing us something, she whispered, her voice trembling. The cube's light danced on the walls, casting moving shadows that made the room feel alive. The mother knew, instinctively, that their lives were about to change. The Watcher's arrival had been a warning, yes, but it was also a signal. Something was coming, and whatever it was, it would test their courage, their trust, and the fragile bond forming between human and aliens. The children, tired from the day, fell asleep under the soft blanket. The mother sat awake watching the cube while Liam tinkered quietly nearby. Outside, the streets were silent, yet the shadows seemed deeper, heavier, almost waiting, and in the distance, far beyond the city lights, another pair of eyes glimmered, unseen, unknown, yet focused entirely on the small human house and its unusual occupants. The night was unusually quiet. The rain had stopped, leaving the city streets slick and gleaming under the pale light of the moon. Inside the small house, the alien mother sat near the glowing cube, her children asleep under the warm blanket. Liam had gone to check the perimeter one last time before heading to bed, his footsteps soft on the wooden floor. The mother's eyes never left the cube. Its soft hum filled the room, pulsing rhythmically like a heartbeat. She traced the patterns in the light with her fingers, noticing new symbols that had not appeared before. They seemed to form words she could not understand, yet the meaning was clear. Warning. Suddenly, a faint noise came from the window. A soft scratch, almost like a finger tapping on the glass. The mother's heart skipped. She held her children close instinctively, whispering, "Stay quiet. Do not move." The cube pulsed brighter, casting a warm glow that made shadows dance on the walls. Outside, a figure moved silently through the streets. Liam had warned her about Watchers, and now she could sense their presence again. But this movement felt different, closer, deliberate, almost human, yet not human. The mother's instinct screamed caution. She looked at her children, their faces peaceful and unaware, and prayed silently that nothing would reach them tonight. The cube suddenly shifted, projecting a three-dimensional image of a small, dark spacecraft hovering above a planet. The mother gasped. It shows them coming," she whispered. The cube's light flickered rapidly, like an urgent warning. Liam returned quietly, hearing her voice. "What's wrong?" he asked softly. The mother pointed at the cube. "It is warning us. Something is coming. Something dangerous." Liam leaned closer, studying the hologram. He frowned. "This looks like alien tech. Maybe a ship? But why here? And why now?" The mother shook her head, fear and determination in her eyes. "I do not know, but we must be ready. Whatever comes, we cannot run." The children stirred in their sleep, sensing the tension. The mother wrapped them closer, whispering soothing words. "Do not worry. Nothing will hurt us while I'm here." Hours passed slowly. The night seemed endless. Every distant sound, the hum of a vehicle, a creaking sign, the flutter of a bird made the mother flinch. The cube pulsed continuously, guiding her attention toward the window and the shadows beyond. Its light seemed to create a protective barrier, a silent guardian watching over the small room. Then a sudden movement caught Liam's eye. Through the glass, he saw a figure crouched near the edge of the street. Its body shimmered faintly, reflecting the cube's light. Liam's hand instinctively went to his tool, but he paused. This was no ordinary intruder. The figure moved with precision, almost as if it knew exactly where to go. The mother's heart raced. She whispered to Liam, "They know we are here. They are looking for us." Liam nodded, his jaw tight. "Then we wait and stay silent." The children slept peacefully, unaware of the danger creeping outside. Minutes stretched into hours. The city remained silent, yet the tension in the room grew unbearable. The cube pulsed faster, projecting new images. A series of symbols, stars, and tiny alien figures pointing toward their location. The mother realized something. The cube was not only a warning, it was guiding them, showing them how to survive, where to hide, and possibly how to escape. Suddenly the door creaked. Liam spun around, ready to confront anyone who entered. But it was not a human nor a threatening alien. It was the glowing watcher from before. Its metallic cloak shimmered in the dim light, and its voice was calm but firm. "You have been observed closely," it said. "The danger outside grows. You are fortunate the artifact chose to protect you. Not all would survive what comes next." The mother's breath caught in her throat. What is coming?" she asked. The watcher hesitated, then said, "A patrol, not human. They seek those who carry the artifact. If they find it, all of you will be in grave danger." Liam's eyes widened. "Patrol? Who? What are they?" The watcher did not answer directly. Instead, it moved closer to the cube, studying its projections. "This artifact is older than your kind and more powerful than you imagine. It will guide you, but only if you follow its signals. One misstep, and it will bring ruin instead of protection." The mother's hands shook as she held her children tighter. "We do not want to fight. We only want to survive." The watcher's eyes glinted under the hood. "Survival will demand courage. You must trust the artifact, and you must trust the human." It paused, then added, "Tonight nothing will attack, but tomorrow they will come closer." As the watcher left silently, the cube's light dimmed slightly, then pulsed slowly, reassuringly. The mother sighed, relief mixed with fear. Liam looked at her, and for the first time, there was a shared understanding between human and alien. Trust, fragile but real, had begun to form. The children slept peacefully, and the mother finally allowed herself to relax, though her mind raced with questions. Who was this patrol? Why did they want the artifact? And how could they survive the challenges that were surely coming? Outside, the city seemed quiet, yet the shadows were restless. Somewhere, far away but closer than they knew, the patrol prepared. And inside the small room, under the soft glow of the cube, a plan began to form. A plan to protect the family, follow the artifact, and face the night with courage. Night fell quickly over the city, casting long shadows across the wet streets. The glow from the cube filled the small house, painting the walls in soft blues and greens. The alien mother sat with her children under the blanket, whispering gentle reassurances. Liam checked the locks and peered through the window, alert for any movement outside. The mother's skin shimmered faintly in the dim light, reflecting the cube's glow. Her heart pounded as she thought about the watcher's warning. They will come closer tonight. Every sound, the distant hum of vehicles, the rustle of leaves, the occasional drip of water, made her flinch. The children clung to her, unaware of the danger that lurked just beyond the door. Hours passed in tense silence. Then a faint vibration shook the house. Liam's eyes narrowed. "They're here," he whispered. The cube pulsed rapidly, projecting a holographic map of the city streets outside, showing multiple small shapes moving silently toward the house. The mother gasped. "Patrol? They are really coming," she said, her voice trembling. The shapes were unlike any human Liam had ever seen. Sleek metallic suits covered their bodies with glowing visors that reflected the city lights. They moved with precision, as if tracking every sound, every movement. The mother realized these were not ordinary enemies. They were relentless, trained hunters seeking the artifact. Liam grabbed a small tool from the table, a makeshift weapon. "Stay close to me," he whispered. The mother nodded, holding her children tightly. "We cannot let them take us." "Are the cube," she said, her voice firm despite the fear. The first patrol member reached the house and paused, scanning the windows. The cube pulsed brighter, casting a protective glow over the family. The mother instinctively pressed her hand against it, feeling a warmth that spread through the room. It was as if the artifact was alive, protecting them. Liam's heart raced. He whispered to the mother, "When they enter, stay calm. Let the cube guide us." The mother nodded, and the children, sensing her confidence, clutched her hands but remained silent. Suddenly, the patrol breached the door with a silent force, stepping inside with precision. Liam stepped forward, positioning himself between the intruders and the aliens. But the cube reacted instantly, projecting a bright light that blinded the patrol for a moment. The holographic map shifted, revealing a hidden exit through the back of the house, a small, narrow alley that led to safety. "Go, now!" Liam shouted, grabbing the mother and her children. They ran, guided by the cube's light. Outside, the alley was dark and wet, but the artifact illuminated their path, pulsing like a heartbeat to guide their steps. The patrol hesitated at the doorway, disoriented by the cube's sudden burst of energy. As they moved quickly through the streets, the mother whispered to her children, "Stay close. We are almost safe." The boy looked up at her with wide eyes. "Mama, they will catch us?" She shook her head. "No, we have the cube. It will protect us." The patrol regrouped and began chasing them, their metallic suits glinting in the dim light. The mother's skin shimmered, reflecting the cube's glow as if it were giving her strength. Liam led the way, dodging puddles and debris using every shortcut he knew. The city became a maze of shadows, but the cube's light never wavered. At a corner, they encountered an abandoned building. Liam pushed the door open and led the family inside. The patrol was close, but the cube projected a holographic barrier, creating the illusion of walls and doors that were not there. The intruders paused, confused by the projection. The mother whispered, "It is amazing. It protects us." Liam nodded, catching his breath. "We are not safe yet, but it gives us time." The children huddled together, trembling but safe. The cube's light bathed the room in a soft, calming glow, and for a moment, the family felt hope. Outside, the patrol communicated through glowing devices, searching for the true location of the aliens. Their voices were low and mechanical, devoid of emotion. The mother could sense their persistence. They would not give up easily. She looked at Liam. "We must leave the city. Tonight," she said. "If they find us again, they will not stop." Liam agreed. "I know a place outside the city, a hidden warehouse where we can rest and plan. Follow me." The mother lifted her children, and together they moved silently, guided by the cube. Its pulses grew faster, as if urging them to hurry, warning them of every patrol nearby. Finally, they reached the outskirts of the city. A faint light in the distance marked the hidden warehouse. Liam led them inside, locking the doors behind them. For the first time in hours, the family could breathe. The cube's light dimmed slightly, signaling safety for now. The mother held her children close, whispering, "We are safe," for a moment. But the danger is not gone. Liam sat nearby, exhausted but alert. "We will figure it out. Together," he said. The cube pulsed softly, a reassuring presence in the dark room. Outside, the city was quiet again, but the patrol would not forget. They would continue searching, relentless and patient. The mother understood that their journey had only just begun. The artifact had protected them tonight, but tomorrow could bring new challenges, tests of courage, and decisions that would determine their survival. The hidden warehouse sat at the edge of the city, shrouded in shadows and forgotten by time. Its large, rusted doors creaked as Liam pushed them open, revealing a cavernous space inside. Dust floated in the faint light streaming from broken windows, and the smell of old metal and oil filled the air. It was quiet, too quiet, but for the first time in days, the alien mother felt a small flicker of relief. The children clung to her sides as they stepped cautiously inside. "Is it safe here, Mama?" the little girl asked, her voice trembling. The mother nodded, gently hugging her. "Yes, God, for now. We can rest and think." Liam followed, shutting the doors behind them. He paused, listening. Outside, the city lights twinkled in the distance, but here, it felt like another world entirely. Still isolated and protective. The cube hovered in the center of the room, pulsing softly as if approving of their new shelter. The mother approached it, her fingers brushing its smooth surface. Symbols danced in the light, and for a moment she felt as if it were speaking directly to her. She whispered, "We are far from home, but maybe you will guide us." Liam began inspecting the warehouse, searching for a safe corner where the family could rest. Old crates and abandoned machinery provided hiding spots and shelter from prying eyes. "This place is not perfect," he said, "but it's better than the city. The patrol won't find us here, at least not easily." The mother helped her children settle near a stack of crates, wrapping them in blankets. "Sleep well, my loves," she whispered. "We are together, and that is what matters." The children's eyes slowly closed, their small bodies finally relaxing after days of fear and running. Once the children were asleep, the mother turned to Liam. "Thank you for helping us," she said softly. "Without you, we would not have survived the patrol." Liam shook his head. "We are all in this together, the cube. It saved us, but it also needs guidance. We need to understand it, and we need to protect it." The mother nodded, glancing at the hovering artifact. Its soft light painted shadows on the walls, and she felt a strange connection to it, as if it were alive, a silent guardian of their fragile lives. "It is strange, powerful, and yet kind," she said. "I feel it wants to help us, but we must be careful. Others will come for it." Suddenly the cube pulsed rapidly, projecting new images into the air. This time it was a star system unfamiliar to the mother, with one planet highlighted in gold. A small figure appeared, pointing to a hidden entrance in the warehouse itself. The mother gasped. "It is showing us something hidden," she whispered. Liam studied the hologram closely. "Looks like a secret room, maybe an escape route or a safe storage area," he said. Together they explored the warehouse, following the cube's guidance. Behind a stack of old machinery, they discovered a concealed panel. Liam pushed it aside, revealing a narrow corridor leading to a small hidden room. Inside it was clean, dry, and safe. They could finally rest without fear. The mother laid her children down in the hidden room. Liam checked the doors, ensuring they were secure. For the first time, the mother allowed herself a deep breath. "We are safe, at least for tonight," she murmured. The cube pulsed softly in response, like a quiet affirmation. Hours passed quietly. The mother sat with Liam, studying the cube's symbols and projections. "It is teaching us," she said, "teaching us to survive, and maybe more. Perhaps it knows a way to return us to safety, or even to our homeworld." Liam nodded, intrigued. "If we can understand it fully, maybe it can guide us beyond this city, beyond this planet." Outside, the night remained calm, but the mother could not shake a growing unease. The watcher had warned them, and the patrol had already discovered them once. "We cannot let our guard down," she said. Liam agreed. "Tomorrow we need a plan. We must move, learn, and stay ahead of them." Suddenly the cube flickered violently, projecting an image of a figure in metallic armor approaching their warehouse. The mother's heart raced. "They are coming closer." "Faster than before," she whispered. Liam's jaw tightened. "Then we must prepare. The hidden room is secure, but the warehouse itself is vulnerable. We may need to move tonight if they get too close." The children stirred, sensing the tension in the room. The mother held them tightly. "Do not worry," she whispered, her voice firm. "We will protect you. We will survive." The cube pulsed rhythmically as if echoing her promise. Hours passed slowly, the night stretching endlessly. The mother and Liam took turns watching the entrances, listening for any sounds of approaching danger. Every faint noise outside, footsteps, the rustle of leaves, the distant hum of machinery, made their hearts race. Yet through it all, the cube's light remained constant, a silent guide and protector in the darkness. As the first hints of dawn crept into the warehouse, the mother finally allowed herself a small sigh of relief. They had survived the night, hidden in the secret room, guided by the cube. But she knew this was only the beginning. The patrol would not give up, and the artifact's power, while protective, was also a beacon that could attract more danger. The mother looked at Liam, determination in her eyes. "We must trust each other. And the cube. Together we can face what comes next." Liam nodded, a quiet resolve settling over him. The cube pulsed softly, filling the room with its reassuring glow, as if confirming their shared determination. The dawn broke slowly over the city outskirts, casting long shadows across the abandoned warehouse. The alien mother sat with her children in the hidden room, their small faces peaceful in sleep. Liam stood by the narrow corridor, keeping watch, listening to every distant sound. The night had passed without incident, but the mother knew that danger was still close. The cube hovered between them, pulsing softly, almost like a heartbeat. It projected a new image, a path through the city leading to an unknown destination, a place beyond the patrols, beyond human settlements, perhaps even a route to safety for the alien family. The mother stared at it, her heart racing. "It is showing us a way, a real way out," she whispered. Liam approached, examining the hologram. "This is the opportunity we've been waiting for," he said. "But it won't be easy. The patrol knows we are here. They may be waiting outside even now." His voice was calm but firm. The mother nodded, determination hardening her features. "We have no choice. If we stay, they will find us. If we follow the cube, we may survive, and maybe even help others who are lost like us." The children stirred, waking slowly. The mother hugged them close. "We are leaving soon," she whispered. But we must be brave. Everything depends on trust. And our courage. The little girl looked up with wide eyes. Mama, will they hurt us? The mother shook her head. No, not if we follow the path. The cube will guide us. As they prepared to move, a sudden metallic hum filled the warehouse. Liam froze. The patrol had returned faster and stronger than before. Outside, shadows moved near the entrances, their glowing visors reflecting the faint light. The mother felt a chill run through her body. She knew this would be their final confrontation. Stay close to me, Liam whispered. We move together or not at all. The mother nodded, holding her children tightly. The cube pulsed rapidly, projecting a beam of light toward a hidden exit behind the warehouse machinery. It was their only path. The mother felt the warmth from the cube, a comforting pulse that steadied her fear. The patrol entered the warehouse silently, their boots clicking on the metal floor. Liam led the family through the narrow corridor, keeping low and moving quickly. The cube's light illuminated their way, showing every shadow, every obstacle. The mother felt her heart pounding, but she focused on the children, on Liam, and on the pulse of the artifact guiding them. Suddenly, one patrol member turned a corner and spotted them. There, the figure shouted, raising a weapon. Liam reacted instantly, using a small gadget to release a blinding flash. The patrol staggered, giving them precious seconds to move. The mother ran, her children clutched tightly, following the cube's light as it pulsed faster, almost urgently. They reached the hidden exit, stepping into the narrow alley. The city beyond was chaotic, puddles reflecting the early sunlight and neon signs. The patrol pursued, relentless. Liam led them through twisting streets, every turn guided by the cube's projections. It seemed to know every alley, every safe passage. Finally, they reached a quiet area on the outskirts, a small clearing, untouched by the patrol. The cube projected a bright light here, showing a portal-like image in the distance, shimmering like heat on metal. The mother's eyes widened. It is our way out, she whispered. The patrol was close again, shouting and scanning. Liam held the mother's hand. We go together. No hesitation. The mother nodded, lifting her children. This is the final choice, she said softly. We trust the cube, and each other. Together they moved toward the shimmering image. The cube pulsed faster, and as they reached the edge, a sudden wave of warmth and light surrounded them. The patrol's shouts faded and the city's noise disappeared. For a brief moment, everything was silent, calm, and safe. Then, with a gentle hum, the light enveloped them completely. The mother felt a strange, comforting sensation, a mix of relief, hope, and wonder. The children giggled softly, sensing the safety. Liam smiled, exhausted but proud. They had made it, guided by trust, courage, and the mysterious artifact. As the light dimmed, they found themselves in a serene place, a lush green valley, distant mountains glowing in soft sunlight, and a sky unlike any they had seen. The mother gasped. We are safe, she whispered. The children ran freely, laughing and exploring. Liam looked around, amazed. This is incredible. We made it. The cube hovered nearby, pulsing gently, almost like it was satisfied. The mother approached it, holding her children close. Thank you for guiding us, she said softly. Liam nodded, looking at the family. We survived. Because we trusted each other and because we didn't give up. The mother turned to Liam, her eyes filled with gratitude and emotion. You saved us, human, and we will never forget it. Liam smiled. No, son, we saved each other. That is what matters. For the first time in days, the family felt safe, truly safe. The patrol would not find them here. The artifact had guided them to a new beginning, a place where humans and aliens could coexist, where trust and compassion had created a miracle. The mother held her children, looking at the sky. This is only the start. But tonight everything changed, she whispered. The cube pulsed softly beside them, a silent guardian, a witness to their courage and unity.